Stop wasting your time by training all of the different push-up variations out there. Instead, focus on choosing the most bang for your buck variant. So in this video, I'm going to be showing the 3 push-up variations that you need to be doing. If you just started calisthenics and looking for the most shortcut way of progressing in strength, specifically to the push-ups, without wasting your time with all these different variations, there's 2 things you need to know in terms of what makes a push-up variation beneficial to you. This includes the muscle groups being worked and the strength level required to actually do the exercise. So let's start off with focusing on what muscles are being worked with the push-ups. Because the push-ups is a horizontal movement pattern, meaning you're going to be engaging elbow extension and pressing away from your torso horizontally, this is going to be engaging the chest, shoulders, and triceps. And depending on your body position, we can bias one muscle group more than the other. So ideally, you want to choose a push-up variation that's going to be targeting these 3 muscle groups: the chest, the shoulders, and also the triceps. Then there's going to be the level of strength required to actually perform these exercises, which will play a huge role in terms of furthering your strength in calisthenics and building muscle, which we'll get into in just a bit. That said, I just want to remind you real quickly that I'm only going to be mentioning exercises that requires no equipment. So we're doing only body weight. So don't go in the comments talking about why I didn't mention X, Y, or Z if it requires equipment, alright? But what you can do is go ahead and drop a like on this video and let me know what push-up variation that you favorite the most. Now, the first exercise that you need to be doing is going to be the tricep extension push-ups. So this exercise right here is going to be biasing more of your triceps because of the closer hand position. This is going to mimic that of a tricep pushdown on a cable machine or the close grip bench press. And in terms of the level of strength required to actually perform this movement, you really just need to get comfortable with the standard push-ups. Now, in terms of sets and reps, I'm going to let you be the judge of that because to some extent, the more reps and sets you can do, the more you'll be setting yourself up to increasing your base strength for any push-up variation. Now, this exercise right here is no joke because before I was doing my current hybrid training approach, utilizing calisthenics and supplementing it with weights, I would literally spam this exercise 2 to 3 times per week back in my beginner days of starting calisthenics. Not to mention, I even got to a point of adding weight on my back. So I would take like a weight plate anywhere between like 35 pounds to 45 pounds and start repping them out. Now this was definitely a tricep burner. Like even to this day, I would say doing 45 pounds tricep extension push-ups is going to challenge me. Alright. So here are some key things you need to take note of with this exercise. The further away your hands are from your face, the easier the exercise gets. So the objective here is to work your way by placing your hands right beside your face to maximize your tricep engagement. And in terms of hand width, I prefer a position slightly less than shoulder width. Now, if you're doing this exercise alongside with the dips, then there should be no doubt that you'll have some well-developed triceps. And that's no cap, man. Then for our second exercise is going to be the pseudo planche push-up. Now, this is going to be mainly targeting the anterior delt, aka the front delt, and also the lower pec. Because of the forward lean, it's going to be placing a greater stress on the shoulders to stabilize. And since our hand placement is ideally below the chest and besides the stomach to waist area, this is going to be engaging your lower pecs, which you'll definitely feel as you're pressing back up. Now, in terms of strength, right, the level of strength required to actually do this exercise, I will say that it's more on the difficult side of the spectrum. So if you're able to do about 25 to 30 push-ups for each set straight on, then you should be able to do a couple of reps of the pseudo planche push-ups, hopefully about like 5 clean reps. And eventually you can just work from there and build up your strength with this particular variation. So here are the main points of this exercise. The more you lean forward, the harder the exercise gets. And ideally, you want to get to a point of allowing your hands to be slightly besides your waist as a way to maximize this exercise and get the most benefit. This is also great because it will not only build your chest and shoulders, but the strength gains you'll be getting and transferring to other movements like the dips, tuck planche push-ups, or even the handstand push-ups on the wall without. It's another great reason why you need to include these into your workout routine. And finally, coming down to our last exercise variation of the push-ups that you need to be doing is going to be the Pike push-ups. Now, if you're a regular on my channel, then you should have seen this coming a mile away because the Pike push-ups is no doubt one of my favorite exercises to this day. Like I still do them, even as an advanced athlete who can do handstand push-ups without the wall, 90-degree handstand push-ups, weighted dips with like 200 pounds. Okay, now I'm just flexing, but you get my point. I'm still doing the Pike push-ups to this day. So if you're a beginner and never heard about the Pike push-ups, this is going to be a game changer, like no cap. Because of the position of our body, this will immediately stress the muscles on our shoulders in particular, and as well as your triceps since you are engaging in elbow extension. But if we're being honest, this is going to be a shoulder builder. The Pike push-ups is the bodyweight version of the overhead press with a dumbbell, barbell, or even a machine. In terms of the strength level required to do this exercise, I will say that it's right up there with the pseudo planche push-ups. So again, if you're able to do about anywhere between 25 to like 30 push-ups per set in a row, then you should be able to work your way into getting started with the Pike push-ups. But I'm not gonna cap, man. This exercise is gonna be humbling you like no other. So just get ready, man. So here are the main points. Make sure that you're doing the Pike push-up correctly with the technique. Walk your feet closer to your palms just until you feel a slight stretch on your hamstrings, and make sure your hips are high and your torso is slanted. This is going to be putting you in the correct position to maximally target your shoulders. Now, outside of the amazing muscle gains you'll get with this exercise, it's a key progression for learning the handstand push-ups, which was the exercise that got me starting into calisthenics. So if you're like me and want to be moving your own body weight to this level, then you better start doing these push-up variations, specifically the Pike push-ups. Just make sure you don't rush the progressions. Otherwise, you learning the handstand push-up or any other skill out there, it's going to take a lot longer. But hey, what do I know? If you want to see more content like this, be sure to follow me, man. I'm the Tough Fitness Scout shit. No cap.
Cobra trains. He's up next. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. He's number one out here.
He's the toughest fitness guy out here.